What is up, Screen Watcher Nation? It is the Screen Watcher here, back for another movie review. I just wanted to shout out everybody on the Facebook channel. We are now over 2,250 followers, so that is amazing. I did do a breakdown of where all of you are from. We are now over 11 countries following these reviews, so thank you so very much. And as always, I like to thank you, but I always want to ask you to please like and subscribe these videos on YouTube because that does help me out as well. But let's go ahead and jump on into the review of the latest movie that I got to in the theaters, which was Operation Finale. And as always, we like to start off the review with going into the cast and crew. The leading man in Operation Finale was Oscar Isaac. We've been talking about him a couple of times this year. Not only is he a phenomenal actor in the Star Wars saga, but he was the leading man in Operation Finale. He played Peter Malkin. He's also been in X-Men Apocalypse. He was in Inside Llewyn Davis. He's been in a number of things. He's always been a phenomenal actor. Huge fan of his. Always looking forward to the next thing that he's doing. Also in the movie, opposite him, I can't call him a leading man in this movie, but phenomenal actor, Ben Kingsley. In this movie he played Adolph Eichmann, which was the Nazi, kind of the fourth on the list behind, Hitler and Goebbels and all the other leaders. He was kind of the architect of the final plan to get rid of all the Jews. He, in previous movies, had played Gandhi. He's played, a Jew in Schindler's List. But on this side, this movie, he's played on the opposite side, played a Nazi. So there's also Melanie Laurent. She played Hannah Elian. She was in Inglourious Bastards. She was also in the first Now You See Me movie. There's also Nick Kroll, which I loved seeing him step out of his normal realm of what he does. He's on the Nick Kroll Show, which is very funny. He was in Parks and Recreation, which he plays a very funny role. In this movie, he played Rafi Aharoni. Very, very serious role. He had a couple of bits of comic relief, but you got to see him as an actor a little bit, which was really refreshing. I like seeing actors step out of their normal realm of what you see them in and show some acting chops. You also had Joe Alwyn. He played Klaus Eichmann. He was in Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, which was a very good movie. If you have not seen it, definitely check that out. And then you have Haley Lou Richardson, who played Sylvia Herman. She played a role in The Edge of 17 and the movie Split, which Split is a phenomenal movie as well. So please check them out there as well. So that is the cast and crew of Operation Finale. If you have not seen the previews, the basic overall theme of the movie is going to find this fourth kind of higher up Nazi in the Nazi party who kind of came up with the final solution, so to speak, of the Jews for the Nazi party. He was the guy who created all the logistics to get the Jews to the concentration camps. This was a very heavy-toned movie. The beginning third act one, so to speak, of the movie was the planning phase to get the band of Jews over to Argentina, which was where Ben Kingsley's character Adolph Eichmann was hiding, and it was a very big plan to get them there. They did not want to waste a lot of resources at the time because during the 60s, when all this was going on, there was still a lot of Jewish persecution going on. They did not want to waste the resources, so there had to be conclusive evidence that that was going on. And it was thanks to Sylvia Herman, who was dating Klaus Eichmann, Adolph's son. She didn't even know really who they were. She didn't know she was a Jew herself. It was kind of insane. She learns this in the beginning of the movie. And they get evidence that he's there, and good enough evidence that they get to go over to Argentina and get to formulate this plan to bring him back and get him on trial to go over these crimes that he had committed. So the rest of the movie is executing the plan, holding him in order to get him back to Jerusalem in order to go and stand trial. So I say it's a heavy movie. It's one of those types of movies where when the movie ends, there's not some big fancy score and you get the claps and all that kind of stuff and everybody's happy at the end. It's one of those movies that I kind of liken to after 9/11, when you have like the United 93 movie, or any one of those types of movies that come out where you hear people crying, you hear people who are obviously affected by the storyline. It's kind of like a Schindler's List movie. It was extremely well acted. It was extremely well written. It was extremely personal, I think is the best word. I went with a friend who had actually just gone on her birthright, her Jerusalem trip. So she was very affected by the movie. It was good for me to go with her because, obviously I'm not, well, not obviously, but I'm not Jewish. I was raised Catholic, but I saw how personal it was, but I could feel her, seeing the things going down and seeing how personal it was to her, and I could feel her emotions, and I could feel the emotions in the theater. So that tells you just how good the writing was and the portrayal of everything was. And Oscar Isaacs and Ben Kingsley just killed it the entire time. It was a phenomenal movie. Again, it is very heavy. It is, something that if you aren't into that kind of thing or ready for that kind of thing, it's not the type of, hey, let's go see a movie and grab some popcorn type of movie. You got to be kind of ready to go in and see it. It's not like a summer blockbuster-y, let's go, just catch a flick. You got to know what you're getting into, but if you do know what you're getting into, it is one of the better movies that I've seen in a long time. There's not a whole lot of sets, so there's a lot of dialogue going on back and forth between characters, and it's done extremely well. There's a ton of character building, and it's a great movie. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. So that's my review of Operation Finale. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Going to get a couple of other reviews out to you. I'm going to try to get out to the theater again today. Other than that, I do have several other movies from the past that I'm going to try to review this week and get out to you on the channel. But just wanted to say thank you for everybody who has been following me on Facebook and on YouTube and even on Instagram. So thank you again, but make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I am the Screen Watcher. Hopefully your popcorn is always fresh, and hopefully you enjoyed your day at the cinema, whether it is at home or out there at your local theater. Thank you.